Pakistan's military leadership has issued a strong response to recent remarks from India's army chief. General Munir, while presiding over the 267th Corps Commanders Conference, dismissed the statements as baseless and an attempt to divert attention from India's internal issues. He reaffirmed that the Pakistan Army is fully prepared to defend the country's sovereignty and territorial integrity, warning that any misadventure would be met with full force. The conference also condemned human rights violations in Indian illegally occupied Kashmir and reiterated Pakistan's unwavering support for Kashmiris' right to self-determination. Additionally, concerns were raised over the use of Afghan territory by TTP militants, urging the interim Afghan government to take decisive action. Meanwhile, Pakistan's Foreign Office has confirmed the identities of 13 nationals who lost their lives in last month's boat tragedy near Morocco. The vessel carrying 80 passengers capsized while attempting the dangerous journey to Spain. Over 40 Pakistanis were reportedly among the victims, with survivors revealing harrowing details of human trafficking networks that exploit migrants. Investigations indicate that most victims paid millions to agents who deceived them with promises of safe travel. The government has now initiated efforts to bring back the bodies of the deceased, with force set to arrive in Islamabad on February 5th. A gas leak explosion at Darman Hospital in Balochistan's Pishin district injured 7 people, according to officials. The blast damaged the hospital's walls and windows. District Administration spokesperson Sami Tareen confirmed that 4 of the injured were shifted to Quetta, with 1 in critical condition, while 3 others were treated and discharged. Earlier this month, a devastating LPG tanker explosion in Multan killed at least 6 people and injured 38 others. According to Reuters, China has retaliated against new U.S. tariffs, imposing levies of up to 15% on American coal, LNG, crude oil, and farm equipment. The move follows President Trump's decision to impose an additional 10% tariff on all Chinese imports. Meanwhile, China has also launched an anti-monopoly probe into Google and blacklisted U.S. companies PVH Corporation and Illumina. Beijing warns of further countermeasures but remains open to negotiations. In a separate development, Trump has paused 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico for 30 days after securing agreements on border security and crime enforcement. Canada will deploy new tech to fight fentanyl smuggling, while Mexico will station 10,000 troops at its northern border. Financial markets reacted swiftly. Canada's dollar surged, US stocks rebounded, and oil prices dropped. Analysts warned that prolonged tariffs could slow global growth, and Trump has hinted at targeting the European Union next. While he acknowledges short-term economic pain, he insists tariffs are necessary to curb illegal immigration and protect U.S. industries. The financial health of the UN Agency for Palestinian Refugees (UNRWA) is deteriorating rapidly, with spokeswoman Juliet Tauma calling the situation very bad. Even before an expected decision by former US President Donald Trump to extend a funding ban, UNRWA was struggling. Tauma warned that conditions in the Jenin refugee camp in the occupied West Bank are becoming catastrophic, with large areas destroyed in Israeli military raids. The agency fears the crisis will deepen as funding shortfalls continue to mount. Meanwhile, negotiations for the second phase of the Gaza ceasefire have officially begun. Hamas confirmed that talks are underway, focusing on securing shelter, relief, and reconstruction for Gaza's residents. Israel has announced that it will send negotiators to Qatar later this week to engage in mediation efforts. The first phase of the truce saw a temporary halt in hostilities and the release of prisoners, but concerns remain over long-term stability. In a related development, Turkey has received 15 freed Palestinian prisoners released by Israel under the ceasefire agreement. Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan confirmed that the former detainees arrived via Cairo, facilitated by Turkish visas. Many of those released face permanent exile, with Turkey stepping in to provide them refuge. This comes as Ankara continues its diplomatic efforts alongside Egypt and Qatar to mediate in the ongoing conflict.